Project development and planning is not the same as execution and delivery. Marketing and promotion of a product to the next level does not mean that the product itself is satisfactory, and that is what has happened with Navarasa, a brilliant sort of idea conceived by Mani Ratnam sir and team, and has brought on board so many brilliant, talented, creative directors and actors together to work for free to support the Tamil film industry and deliver quality content for Netflix in the form of anthologies or 9 short stories based on the 9 rasas. You would really expect that this is a once in a lifetime sort of project for the Tamil film industry, and it really delivers and has the opportunity to push the barriers and boundaries of the already very accomplished Tamil film industry to the next level and create something mind blowing. However, Navarasa falls mostly on the disappointing side of the scale as opposed to the satisfactory side of the scale, and that is pretty surprising given all these factors that were involved in the making. Let's start with the first one, which is Ediri, which stars Vijay Sethupathi, Revati Ma'am, and Prakash Raj sir. Obviously, 3 great accomplished actors, and they deliver fantastically. It is a treat to watch their acting on screen, especially Revati Ma'am. Unbelievable performance, just unbelievable. I don't think in many of the recent films of hers I have felt that kind of talent from her, and her involvement and her emotion. It's something next level that she has achieved in this short story, and it really is well done by the actors. However, the story by Mani Ratnam is not that great for a short film, because a short film needs to have the entire story well packaged in the stipulated time and doesn't always need to make you feel that some things were left out because they were not enough, there was not enough time, or some things we have to assume. All these factors should not be there. An accomplished story should tell the entire thing in the given time, which is why it is very challenging. And Ediri leaves a lot to be desired. It feels like a quick exploration of 3 characters in a given situation and what is going on with them. But like a couple of other stories that have achieved telling the complete picture, this one feels like it spent time on situations and circumstances longer than it needed to, and sort of suddenly jumps between sequences and what happens in the character development. So it wasn't the most smoothest sort of delivery. In addition to all this, it was very gloomy and dark, and for such good performances, the capturing itself was not that great for my personal taste and experience. And as an opener to Navarasa, which everyone is looking forward to, the last thing you need is to open with such a gloomy sequence that does not live up to this expectation. Therefore, Ediri for me was below average, but the performances are something that you can really study from and learn from. The movie then hops to Priyadarshan's Summer of 92, which is a comedy, or at least it's supposed to be. Not even a single moment in this comedy was I laughing at all. And because I didn't laugh throughout this comedy, I thought to myself, could this be something aimed at children? Could this be something aimed at toddlers who would probably enjoy it? Because you can't have everything for an adult level or adult humor, and you have to offer everyone in the family something. So I thought of it from that perspective, and yes, on that front, if a children like a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, sometimes 6 or 7-year-old were watching it, maybe they would laugh on certain occasions in this particular film. So if I think from that perspective, it's okay. But nevertheless, coming from the master of comedy, literally one of the first names that come to mind from a comedy director perspective for India is Priyadarshan, and for him to not deliver in a much better, much funnier, much more humorous way was very disappointing to watch, as the second sort of story that you would have expected to work better, but it did not. Move on to what surprised me a lot. This is Project Agni by Karthik Narain, and is receiving rave reviews because of the mind-blowing concept that it has and the amazing execution and delivery for a short film that goes to levels unexplored before. This is the out and out sci-fi, and it seems like Karthik Narain might have spent a lot of time on conspiracy theory groups and subreddits to read up about various theories that are existing on this planet, and he has successfully achieved getting a story out of those and carving all that out into a wonderful sci-fi for the Tamil film industry. Arvind Swami's performance is unbelievable in this. You've never seen him in this kind of an avatar, and the way he delivers as that particular character who's very deep in science and discovering something is just unbelievable. And then this movie did so well that Karthik Narad posted that it is just the beginning of Project Agni journey. So who knows what we might expect. I fully expect a Tamil cinematic universe for the sci-fi coming out of this, because that is how brilliant and accomplished this particular story is. Outstanding work by him. Speaking of Arvind Swamy, he also directed a movie in this Navrasa, and that was called Rodram. The strength of Rodram and Arvind Swamy's choice of things is that he has taken the most accomplished technical people to support his first movie. He has taken Santosh Sivan as a cinematographer, and you can clearly see how much that contributes to us staying engaged in the movie. And he has taken background score by A.R. Rahman, who obviously blending all of that together like a dream team. You can imagine how well things have panned out. The acting is also brilliant. However, the story itself is very dated, very old, absolutely nothing new about it. But this is a good example of how you can, how the technicals can support even an average story. However, for Navrasa, for Arvind Swamy, and for this particular project, I always prefer if the story stands out more than everything else. Nevertheless, this is definitely one of the good execution and delivery for this project, and it was pretty satisfying. Speaking of actor-director combinations, Gautam Menon has acted in a story called Peace, directed by Karthik Subbaraj, who for the millionth time combines his project with Bobby Simha. And this is a story on sort of a warfront zone where there's a bunker and a couple people involved in it. There's an enemy bunker as well. And it's just sort of a setting of what happens there and how there's a little critical mission that needs to be executed. While the story starts well and develops characters well, and the mission is also pretty intense and interesting to watch, in the last 10 minutes it feels like suddenly there's a big collapse of what they wanted to do and achieve. I was extremely disappointed in the last 10 minutes because I really felt like there was potential here, and it tried to say something and then suddenly just broke apart and just wrapped up the thing and went a certain hasty way to wrap it up. And while some people might enjoy this kind of direction that it went in, I thought there could have been much more from it. Everything including the performances fell apart in the last 10 minutes, and that is why I did not enjoy Peace. Gautam Menon also directs the sort of star-studded highlight reel of Navrasa, starring Surya and Prayaga Martin. Classic Gautam Menon romantic style delivery of a project, very dated. This is not something that is 2021. This is not something that we expected from the promos. This is not something that we want to watch in a short film. This film actually goes on for 40 minutes instead of the regular 30, but 20 minutes of those feel like just people are just singing and listening to music, and really absolutely nothing is happening. And the story, the remaining 15 to 20 minutes, is two people talking to each other and reciting dialogues, whereas the actual essence of the romance, the actual feeling is not there at all. And the engaging part of the screenplay is non-existent. So it was pretty boring, it was pretty dated, and although Surya is an incredible charmer and an incredible performer that somehow seems to be getting younger and more fitter and more handsome day by day, he really pulled off the charismatic character of the musician very well, as did Prayaga Martin with her personality that needed that spark and funkiness to it. But that is not enough at all if there is no screenplay, if there is no story, if there is a dated way of directing a story. So that highlight reel, which should have been the best one potentially, does not work at all. There's another story in this particular Navaras anthology which surprisingly is potentially my favorite ever. This stars Parvati and Siddharth. It is called Inmai, and if you think about it, everything in this short story, from the minute the title rolls and the style they've used for the title, which is a classic Arabian Night style, sand flying off the characters, everything that they have used and every little second that is involved in this story is mind-blowingly perfect and complete. This is the most complete story in Navrasa. While Project Agni is successful on the front that it delivers something that people are happy and want to watch more of, Enmai delivers something that is fully complete, which makes the filmmaker 100% accomplished in his target of telling a short story, which many other stories does not, especially the other one starring Atharva and actor Kishore and Anjali, which is so incomplete and so far from leaves so many open questions and concerns and has wasted so much time in it that it is possibly the worst of the nine. So Inmai delivers on the acting front brilliantly by Parvati and Siddharth. It delivers on the twists and turns that one would like in a fear-based episode. It delivers on the completeness of the background, the present, and where the story is being wrapped up. It delivers on the character development and the details of all the sub characters, supporting characters involved, carves out all the relationships very well. It's unbelievably good and something that you will remember for a long, long time in your life because it is executed that well. And with Project Agni, this might potentially be my most favorite delivery that has been done in Navarasa. I believe the last one that we need to talk about is Payasam, starring Aditi Balan and veteran actor Delhi Ganesh. What a brilliant performance by him. Aditi Balan seems to be a little wasted because she barely has a role, but what a brilliant performance by Delhi Ganesh, who carries the whole movie on his shoulders. He completely engages you in his emotion, his human emotion, his sort of thoughts. It's like you're sitting with him in and completely being analyzed by his thoughts and everything that his personality is reflecting, and it is a very much a knockout performance. Yes, the story itself, the pacing, and the final verdict might be that it is pretty average and there's nothing more to offer, but yet it is a very complete story, and there's so many nuances of human emotion, learning involved in this. If you think about it a couple days later, it does stick out as one of the strongest stories in Navarasa because there is excessive depth to these characters and the thought process involved. So, definitely one of the stronger ones as well. I know that a lot of people have a lot of opinions and differing opinions on which was the best one, what was the good story, what was a good performance, and this is why anthologies are interesting to discuss because everyone takes away something else, everyone has a preference, etc. So leave your thoughts and comments below on which one you like the most. To sum up this particular detailed review of Navarasa, I think Project Agni and Inmai did the two things that we want them to do: satisfy the audience completely, as well as leave them wanting for a potential full version of a story that they would like to watch. I'm going with 2.5 stars for Navarasa as a whole because it could have been and should have been by all means a 4-star, 4.5-star project, but most of them were misses, and I just don't know how they approved it, how they viewed it and said we are going to release it. And I know there's a lot of money involved and a remuneration free sort of thing going on, but they could have worked better and harder on the most of the other stories. So 2.5 stars for Navarasa. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and keep watching for much, much more.